Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Hey, I just recently picked up the new, or it's not really the new, but it's the newest Gerber, the Center Drive Plus. And I just happened to notice that I had this relic that I had purchased quite some time ago. This is the Gerber 400 multi-tool, or I believe it's the MP400, the Mary Paul 400, and we'll take a look at both multi-tools and see what's similar, see what's different. But right off the bat, you could see the case obviously is a nylon case. It has Velcro, and historically I really like these types of cases. I don't typically prefer the leather ones, but yeah, let's take a look at this case. So in the back we have two belt loops. There's one on the bottom here, and then there's one on top, I guess, so that you could orient it on your belt. If you wanted to carry, lower or higher, you could do that. And it's actually kind of nice to have that extra belt if you were gonna put this on like your backpack or something and you wanted to, tie it down. You could definitely do that. And here is the multi-tool itself. Pretty nice looking tool. And we're gonna take a look at both tools. So that is the Gerber 400. Then there is the Center Drive Plus. So this one obviously costs way more than this one. Have a nice leather case, and I just recently seasoned up the leather. It's a good idea to do, just to keep the leather nice. And it has a snap, as you can see, and it has one big large belt loop in the back. Pointed this out in the other video that I had. The inside of the case, you could see the leather overlapping. Oops. And that's what it looks like, a little overlap. And as I mentioned in the other video, I guess if you're, using this, if you're going to be putting this on the right side of your belt, that's good, because when you push the belt in here, it's going to pass the flap, and the flap's going to allow it to go through. However, if you are putting this on the left side and you're pushing the belt through, you're going to hit that flap. I don't know if it's going to do anything to it, but you never know. I mean, over time it might, open it up, peel it back. Who knows? Made in USA. This comes with extra bits for the multi-tool, which is nice, and it does store them securely in the case. Made in USA. Actually, if I recall, I know this says made in USK, but I'm pretty sure it had a made in China sticker on it. Can't remember. Alright, so here is the Center Drive Plus from Gerber. This is stamped with a made in the USA right there that you can see on both sides. And here is the multi-tool. Now, size comparison, this Center Drive just dwarfs the 400. It's a totally different tool. It does have one function that works similar, and we're going to take a look at that. But you can see length, width. It's just the Center Drive, the new Center Drive Plus is definitely thicker than this one. As far as weight goes, yeah, definitely the Center Drive is heavier because this is just a smaller tool. So what I wanted to point out was, and I said that there's one function that is similar, is how you deploy the pliers. So we'll take a look at the 400. You can see there are two buttons on either side, and what you do is you press these down. You press them in, and then you could deploy the pliers. And you could also, this is kind of nice, you could snap it out. So let's see, I found it, if you hold it like, if you flip it like this as opposed to like this, it deploys a lot better. So let's see. Yeah, here we go. Boom, just like that. Pretty neat. And then you get your pliers. And these are not spring loaded. Now the new center drive has one button right here that you push in and the pliers deploy. And this is spring loaded. So you can snap this out as well. And takes, sometimes it doesn't always go out, but there it goes. This is a new tool too, so I haven't really broken it in. Taking a look at the other side, so the 400 has the buttons on both sides. The Center Drive Plus has it on one side, and on the other side they have this little piece of metal that will slide up and down. Let's see if I can get that in the camera. You can see right there. I just wish they put some kind of pattern on there, because, you know, if you ever wanted to use your other finger to grab onto it, it'd be nice. So if you look at the pliers, they are fully covered by the frame, which is nice, as opposed to the 400. When you put the pliers back in, the tip of the pliers sticks out just a little bit, but enough. And, you know, when I store it in the case, I usually put it with the plier head down, so it's like this in the case. I don't know if that'll puncture it over time. I mean, I've had this for so long, it hasn't done anything. I guess you could put it in the pouch like this, and it would fit. But just wanted to point that out. Let's take a look at some of the tools that each one has to offer. Alright, we'll open this up. Oh, and both these devices, I should say, have an unlocking tool. The 400 has it on both sides because it has tools on both handles. So you can see these, they slide up and down, and that's what unlocks your tools. The Center Drive Plus only has this one here because there are only tools on this side of the handle. It has a little angle here that has a lanyard loop, and it's nice for your thumb, you know, if you're using any of the tools, whereas these are just straight. This does say Gerber USA. You can see on there. I don't know if it's made in USA. Might be. Who knows? All right. So remember, like I said, this has tools on both handles. So let's pick a side and we'll take a look. First things first, looks like we have the knife. And here it is, has a serrated edge. Then we have the screwdriver. Oh, let's take a look at the locking mechanism. So, or the unlocking mechanism, I should say. So when the tool is out, you just push it in and then it closes. Pretty smooth. It is pretty easy to get all these tools out too. I'm going to point some things out with the center drive with regards to that. We have a Phillips head, and this is locked in place. There is no way to change this. And then there is a bottle cap opener and a flathead screwdriver. Could also be used as a pry tool, but you're not going to be prying too much on this. It's kind of thin. Other side, we have a scissors. Try to get the focus in. Spring loaded. Then we have another flathead screwdriver and also could be a potential pry tool. Moving on. I guess that's an awl. It is kind of thin, kind of small. And it actually could be a micro mini screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, if you think about it. And last on the list here, let's see, how do we get this out without ripping our hands apart? Can opener. With it almost looks like a slight blade on there. I guess you could probably use that for box cutting or maybe. So pretty neat tool. The pliers feel really good in your hand. And also want to take a look at the pliers. The wire cutters are fixed in place. And we have some teeth in the middle for grabbing like the nut or bolt. And then a nice needle nose pliers. Pretty simple. All right, now looking at the center drive, we'll see some big differences. Let's start with the pliers head because we were just looking at the plier head. So again, spring loaded, the wire cutters are removable. The plier shape is kind of the same, where we have this center piece right here, you know, where you could get a nut in there or a bolt or something, and the needle nose pliers. Not as fine as the 400, but similar in shape, as you can see here. Now, the problem I have with these pliers, I mentioned in my other video, if you do crimp it on something, they do seem to lock and stay in place. So I'll do that right now. And you can see right here, I just crimped this really quick on something, and it's kind of stuck. And it, you know, to free it is really easy. You just pull it open. Let me go from this side, and it'll pop open. But I don't know why it does that. If you just do it without crimping on anything, it springs back. But for whatever reason, when you use the pliers and you crimp down hard on them, they don't want to spring back open. So I don't know if that's by design or what. All right, so that's it with the pliers. Now, taking a look at the tools. Oh, one quick thing, there is on this handle both an extra bit holder and a ruler, which to me is kind of useless. I don't think there's a ruler on this one. Let's take a look. Doesn't look like there is one. But the ruler on here, you're really just taking quick measurements, getting a guesstimate. You're not taking super accurate measurements with it, with the way it is positioned, because in order to use it, you know, you have to use it like this. And if you close the pliers, because say you need to get it in an area where it's really tight, it's really difficult to see the numbers on the ruler. But it is a ruler, and if you're using it like this, yeah, that works pretty good. If you're using it like this, not so good. Okay, let's put the pliers away. Talk about the main tool with the center drive. The advantage that it has over this one is the center drive itself, which is nice. It takes full-size bits, and you know, we all have bits. I have, you know, boxes of them over here, and of all different sizes and shapes and kinds. So you could just take it out and pop it right in, and it's magnetic, which is really neat. They call it the center drive because if you take a look at the tool, you can see the drive itself is right in the middle. So when you're using this and you got your little thumb handle here that I mentioned earlier, it feels really good. You got a good grip on that. It's just really easy to use, and that's really why I got this. I mean, I have so many damn multi-tools, but I just had to get it because I tend to use a Phillips head or a flathead a whole lot, and this is just really nice to have. All right. So taking a look at the knife. Got the serrated edge, very thin blade. Let's compare that to the other knife. It's definitely a lot bigger, as you can see. But the same idea with the serrated and the blade on the top. Just a different size blade. This has a locking, unlocking, push mechanism that you can see here. You just push it down and you can close the knife. I was having some trouble with the knife. It doesn't lock into place. See, like right now, I opened it up, right? I could use it and it's locked. Yeah, not so much. You have to really, click it, pull it back and click it into place. I would imagine if you're using it, you would lock it into place anyways, but this is a new tool. Again, I just need to break it in so that when I open it up, it just snaps, the locking mechanism snaps in place and we're good. All right, the knife. Now let's open it up. Take a look at some of the tools in here. So we have our file, which is not on the 400. And it doesn't have diamond coating, but it has this line pattern on this side and almost like a checkered pattern on this side. Nothing on the edges, like the arc. Again, unlock, push down, and it unlocks. So here's what I was saying. It's kind of difficult to get some of these tools out, and they're kind of sharp too. But the next tool is the awl. Very, very sharp. And it has a little blade on the side here that you could definitely use for a box cutter, for sure. All right, and then the pry tool, ow, fingers. See what I mean? Where you're, just using your fingers to open these things up. Has a pry tool here, and looks like a bottle opener. And you might be able to get small nails with this, but nothing significant. Still nice to have. You need to open a can of paint. Definitely, this will work. All right, and last on the list is the scissors. How do these open? No, it goes this way. Okay. So the scissors, as I pointed out in my other video, this handle thing here, it kind of gets in the way when you're using it. You could still use it. It's no problem. This is really thin. Some folks were complaining about, the metal, saying it's hard on your thumb. But what I found that is if you flip it around and hold it like this, then you could use your index finger and just cut away. And these are pretty good sized scissors. We'll compare them to the other scissors on the 400, and you can see they're a lot bigger, way bigger. But again, two different tools from different times too. I think I got this thing maybe like 10 years ago, maybe even longer. Whereas this I just picked up this week. I can't remember who makes these scissors, but apparently they're a really well established scissor maker. And they're pretty good scissors. So that is it. Let me just put this back. Oh, we got the unlock. Push it down. Yeah, I tried to just push one of these in, and it won't slide. If you could see, it'll like actually move on one side, but the other side stays locked. You have to push them both in to bring them down. But once you push them both in, it's pretty smooth action. And again, you could flip it out, which is pretty neat. I like the black. It does come in stainless as well. And I think they have a couple of different variations of this particular model. Likewise with the Gerber Center Drive Plus, They have a black version. I have it still in my cart. With Gerber, you can modify this and customize the colors. They have a couple of different options with colors. I was going to go with the coyote brown, and it's sold out now, but there's just a delay on shipping with them. I pieced together a nice color coded pattern with the black and the coyote brown, which I do like that FDE look. And it's $170 plus with taxes. They give you free shipping. I'm thinking it's probably going to come out to like 180, 190, and I I don't know if I'm gonna get it because I have this one and it's okay. I like it, and I think this should suit my purposes fine. Um, the it's kind of, and if you see me struggling with the mechanism here, it's just because I'm trying to keep it into frame with the video, so I'm kind of oriented weird. But it is really smooth action here. This is considered one hand operation, and I think really that's for just the pliers themselves. Ah, there it goes. Kind of tough to see on camera, but it does snap out nice. And it's a really nice tool. Little bulky, comes with a nice case, and extra bits. Let me take a look. Let me show those. The extra bits here. We got some flatheads, some Phillips, the star pattern, and some hex bits here. But like I said, I have like hundreds of these. Uh, of all different sizes, but it is nice to know that I could take this tool out and use this for any of them. It does have a little detent here where it locks in place, and it is scratching the frame because when it comes in, it needs to slide over just a little bit, and you can see that right here. But, again, it's a multi-tool. That's what these things do. They get beat up. I have no problem with that. So that is it. The center drive, the Gerber center drive plus, and then the old school Gerber 400, I think it is. Yeah. And this is so light and small compared to this one. It's hard to explain, but now that I've been holding this one, and now that I'm holding the 400, it's just really neat tool. Lots of folks were complaining about the black rubbing off on fingers. I don't see it, but of course, if I was handling this and using it, I probably would notice that a little bit. But hey, it's a multi-tool. Come on. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.